Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel sikhuluma ama-reality TV shows, ama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers. Listen, you guys. So on episode 5 of Real Housewives of Johannesburg season 3, the ladies were still in Zambia, on the trip in Zambia, and then Lethabo had to go back home, which was in Johannesburg, because she had work. Okay. But the other ladies, I believe that they stayed behind for a few days because, of course, the vacation was not over. One of the things that was raised during their conversation when they were sitting there by the pool was the fact that they had an issue with the fact that Lethabo was the person that prevents them from being able to build the friendships between the women. They felt like when she wasn't around, the energy between them was different. Okay, the person that was mainly raising that was Umamos, and it was Unicole. Okay, the people that participated in that conversation. Okay, there is a conversation that took place by the pool, and Utobugile had to be the one to defend Ulitabo. Okay, now, Uthobekile had said to the ladies that you guys you will have to speak to Uli Thabo about this, because obviously it makes sense. If you have a problem with somebody, you need to speak to that person. And they had said to Tobegile, don't say anything to Uli Thabo. We will talk to Uli Thabo about it. Okay. So obviously Tobegile is friends with Uli Thabo, and it was difficult for her to not say anything. They even have a scene in episode 6 where she wants to tell Lolita, but then she says to her, "You know what? I did promise the ladies that I wasn't gonna tell you, so I would wait for them to tell you." Okay, but this is what happens, you guys. This is why I think that these ladies are actually very much intimidated and they are scared of Lethabo, because when it comes to a time where now everybody is together, they're talking about what happened in Zambia, and they're talking about what happened in Zambia after Lethabo left. Now, Tobagile is expecting that everybody now is going to express their thoughts on Litabo, just like they did when Litabo wasn't around and they were talking to her. Because obviously, the reason they were talking to her is because she is the one that is the closest to Litabo, and they were feeling like they were not able to get to know her because of Litabo. But now, when they are talking to her, now they are back in Joburg, they're talking to Ulitabo, the conversation changes. Instead of them saying what they said in Zambia, which is that Litabo is the one with the problem. Litabo is the one that has an energy that is negative. Like she pulls everybody down and she prevents people from getting to know each other. One of them even said that she has a wall. Or something, so it's difficult to get to know him. Now, when Nicole is supposed to tell Litabo that very same conversation, now she is saying that, no, you know what? We were just feeling like because you were frightened by how vulnerable you got on the trip. Because remember, Litabo started talking about her being a breadwinner at home and how hard that is, and she ended up crying. We feel like you were just frightened by that, and maybe that's the reason that we were not able to really gel like that on a trip. Now Tobigila is looking at everybody like, but that is not what you guys said. And I think that because this was at her event, Tobigila, she did not want to start drama, but she was shocked by the fact that people are now not saying what they were saying on the trip. I find that with this group of women, they will talk about Litabo. Listen, Litabo is not necessarily my favorite, but I also like her for the shows. She's one of the more interesting ones when it comes to the cast members, and I love her confidence. Okay, and but I do feel like these ladies are very much intimidated by her, and they are scared of her. When they have to say what they are saying behind her back, nobody can say it, because they should have just said it. Listen, we are actually gossiping about you. We're actually saying that you were the cause of the division in the group, and we feel like you're the one that is causing us to not be able to spend time together. They don't say that. Nicole said something totally different, and it makes me feel like they are scared. For some reason, they are very scared of Litabo, and they are intimidated by her. And I feel like maybe that's the reason also the dynamics are the way that they are on this show, because the only person that looks like can take on Ulitabo is Ulebo. And Ulebo and Lethabo have decided to make peace. So you're never gonna, not that you're never going to have that conflict, but they are trying to avoid going against each other. And then it's like everybody else is just scared of Lethabo. So even when they have an issue to confront with Lethabo, when it's time to do it, they don't do it. Bayamusaba. I don't know how this show is going to work, you guys. I really do feel like they did not give it a lot of thought, into the cast in terms of like because you have to look at, okay, this cast member might be able to get along with this one, but then this one might actually clash with this one, and maybe that's a good idea because of their personalities and all of that. So if you have a group of ladies that are just scared of this one person and they're never going to confront her when they are supposed to, how is a reality show going to work? How is it so? How is it supposed to work? Because obviously, when she's there, they're kissing her behind, and then when she's not there, they're gossiping. And then when it's time to confront the issue, then they're scared to speak up. It's ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, you guys, if you watched the episode, tell me what you thought about that in the comment section. Also, like the video before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntanda kakulu.